Greetings, dudes and dudesettes. TC Kirkham here, the Kirkham Report and TKR Video Central. I've been away for a couple of weeks. There's been things going on. Most notably, I mentioned it in the show notes a couple of weeks ago or on my community page. I'm going to take my hat up a little bit. See these bandages? I developed some sort of an infection on my right here and right over here. And I was running a low-grade fever for 3 or 4 days, and I had to go get antibiotics on Veterans Day. It seems to be mostly gone now, so I don't feel so bad about being on camera. I couldn't put my hat on until like Wednesday. It was still too big. I had hot compresses and antibiotics. In any case, I haven't been doing a full schedule because of that and because of other things. Probably won't get back to the full schedule until January or February even, because I've got some different plans going on. I can say that if you missed our last show a couple weeks ago, Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn, our live stream on Monday nights, is off the air until they finish their move. Now, Dawn and Mary at Two Hip Chicks have sold their house. They do know that the move is probably going to happen in early January, and so Finding Your Music Mojo will be back under some form or whatnot, most likely in early February. So we'll figure that out. Dawn and I will figure the logistics of that once she gets moved. In any case, in the meantime, 4 more packages of 45s have arrived from Mary. They're all about this size, and they run the gamut from like 50s through modern times. I have my lamp at the ready if I need it. I hope they're going to show up okay. I'm going to try and do all of them on this out-of-the-box special. And hopefully, you'll write me of stuff, because there's some stuff I don't know. Some of it actually is, I believe, a private label. We'll talk about those. But in any case, it's going to be pretty cool. So let me show these to you. We'll do one stack. These are in the order that they arrived, starting 2 weeks ago with this one. This is Freddie Fender. I believe this is the same Freddie Fender as Before the Next Teardrop Falls and Wasted Days and Wasted Nights. He was recording in the 60s before doing a time in prison for drug issues. It's spelled the same way, I believe. This is on Imperial. Song is Mean Woman. Obviously, I have not had time to listen to all these yet. I can't put those there because I'll fall over. And I've got this whole stack. Oh, wait a minute. I got this whole stack upside down, don't I? Yep. There's a lot of comedy, a lot of Christmas, some repeats, and it was a lot of fun going through these. The Jonah Jones Quartet and I Dig Chicks. I wouldn't say that's very PC. The Ballad of Thunder Road from Robert Mitchum. I've added 2 or 3 of his singles to my actors that sing or do records category. And this is also another copy of that on the later Capitol Swirl label. I have a ton of Stan Freberg in here too. Wonderful, Wonderful, parts 1 and 2, I believe, which is his parody of Lawrence Welk, which Welk actually hated, by the way. Oh, so that's sore. Banana Boat, Deo, and Television, also again from the inimitable Stan Freberg. The Christmas Song, Nat King Cole. Mrs. Santa Claus and Take Me Back to Toyland, also from Nat King Cole. I just noticed what's on the flip side of the Christmas Song. This song I had never heard of until I saw the movie Jingle Bell Rocks. If you haven't seen that, this is the perfect season to watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. It is about Christmas music collectors, like me and you. The little boy that Santa Claus forgot. This is the most damn depressing song I've ever heard. That documentary also led me to discover the Free Design, which Kim is forever in their debt for. I say that in a sarcastic way, because they featured their song Close Your Mouth, It's Christmas. And now I like the free design, and Kim is forever lamenting that. Heartbreak Hotel and Rock Island Line, done Stan Freberg style, so you can bet it's funny. I love, look at these sleeves, Mary sending these original sleeves. The Yellow Rose of Texas and Rock Around Stephen Foster, again, Stan Freberg. Pull this out a little bit, I can't see the artist. Cliffy Stone and the Popcorn Song. And Barracuda on the flip side. It's really hard to get these to show up, I'm sorry. Shaboom and Widescreen Mama Blues from Stan Freberg again. Person to Pearson, obviously a knockoff of Edward R. Murrow's show. And Point of Order, again, Stan Freberg with Dawes Butler on this one. Dawes Butler, classic voiceover artist, best known as the voice of Huckleberry Hound, I would guess, was probably what he's best known for. C'est Bon and A Dear John and Marcia letter, more Stan Freberg. St. George and the Dragonette and Little Blue Riding Hood, again, Stan Freberg. Bugs Bunny meets Hiawatha. I assume this is the story from the cartoon. Mel Blanc is doing the artistry here. There is a cartoon where that happened, and I know because when they had the Bugs Bunny show on the Turner on TBS back in the 80s, I used to watch it every afternoon before going to work, and because it was fun. They showed that damn cartoon 8 times a month. That one and the one that ends with the blackface Camptown races between Bugs and Elmer, which they finally cut the end off of eventually. Sleigh Bells Waltz and Jingle Bells Polka by Lil Wally and the Lucky Harmony, I think it says. Here's one that Mary and Dawn were telling me about when we had one of our online conversations. And I said, can you show me the label? I actually already have this. It came out with Bravura Cologne in the 1960s. And it's a song, The Man Who Hears a Different Drummer. That's what the label looks like. I already had this. This is a picture sleeve, obviously, and it's a pretty decent cardboard sleeve. Evol, Not Love, and Don't Blame Me, Jay and the Americans. Hanna-Barbera Records. I honestly did not know about them until just a couple of years ago. Over the Rainbow, and You've Been Fooling Around by the Checkers. This is on Gusto, so that makes me think it's a country number. Hallelujah, Praise the Lord, and I Can't Forget by Marion Williams on Gospel Records. I'm sorry for all the artifacting and stuff going on. Adorable by the Colts and Sweet 16. Good Old Gold Records. I'm sure my pal Don Christopherson will have something to say about some of this, because he always does. Presidential Profiles, number 35. 33 and a third, narrated by Art Baker. JFK, The President's Speak. There's the custom label. Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly, Wassail Song, and Good King Wenceslas. I'm assuming That is a medley, along with Sleigh Ride by Lester Lannon and his orchestra. Epic promo from way back. Also an epic promo from way back from Lester Lannon, Winter Wonderland and Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies. Dave Summers and the Singing Ants get to climb that big old hill and El Drag. I assume that means ant hill. I don't know. All I have to do is dream, and High Lily, High Low from Richard Chamberlain, another actor who sings. Shocking Blue, original pressing of Venus. Holiday Hootenanny and Holiday for Teens by Paul and Paula of Hey Paula fame. Oh boy, let me pull up my lamp for this one. Holiday Spectacular. This has regular songs on it. Yummy, Yummy, Yummy and Pop Goes the Weasel by the Katzenetz Callous Singing Orchestra. And the flip side is the same group with a bunch more of Buddha's hits, I assume. I don't know where that one's coming from. I'll have to try that one out sooner rather than later. Yearning by Cara Stewart, Broche Records, or Brosh. The fun thing about this is finding all these labels I've never heard of. Bob McFadden and Doc, The Beat Generation, and The Mummy. Alright, that's pile number one. I have a box down here all ready to put them in. Shipment number 2, which arrived the following day. I need to speed things up. We're already 12 minutes into this, and we've only got one pile done. I Am Not Ashamed, Lily DeVance. Nope, these are upside down too. Actually, it is My Room is Dark and Empty, Lily DeVance. Let me flip these over again. I want the A-sides where I can get to them, for Pete's sake. Silver Bells, Booker T and the MGs. Never heard them do Christmas music. That'll be fun. Winter Snow is the flip side. Brother-in-Law, He's a Moocher by Paul Peak. I think I got a copy of that on the last shipment also. Running Bear and As Long as Little Birds Fly by Smiley Wilson. Shortening Bread and Nicotine by Paul Chaplin and his Emeralds. My Prayer by the Knightsbridge Strings. Top Rank International is the record label. Top Pop Hits. I actually have a few of these. These are record ripoffs, what my friend Ben Minot over at Odyssey, Oddity Archive has classed as record ripoffs. We talked with him on a Finding with Your Music Mojo. These are popular songs done by sound-alike artists. The thing with Top Pop Hits, they get it pretty close. This particular one is This Girl's in Love with You by Kathy Shannon and Traces by The Chords. That, of course, would be This Guy's in Love with You, Herb Alpert, and Tracy by the Cufflinks. Kathy Shannon is who I have on the other one that does Someday We'll Be Together. Sounds a lot like the Supremes, I have to admit. Sing a Song by the Sunbeams. The Funky Judge, Bull and the Matadors, Toodlin' or Toddlin' Town Records, I don't know that one either. Take Half, Hal Singer. Mojo Workout and I'll Change My Way. The Mojo workout is a dance done by the Mojo Dancers. And I'll Change My Way by Larry Bright, who must be one of their singers. I don't know. Bang Bang, the Joe Cuba Sextet. Flip is Push Push Push. Oh boy. Stubborn Heart, the Gestones. You Cheated, the Shields. Sentimental Journey, Louise Carlyle. I don't know, sometimes it'll pick it up and sometimes it won't. This one's black on dark blue. I'm a Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas. And Way Down Yonder in New Orleans by Brother Bones. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I never even realized that was a real song. There's a reference to the Ding Dong Daddy from Dumas in a great cover of Europe's The Final Countdown, done New Jack Swing style by the incredible Connor Engstrom. If you've not seen his YouTube channel, he is absolutely fantastic. He's done some great covers with some great people, and that's one of them. Well, it mentions it, but he does The Final Countdown. Golden Slipper March and Loop de Loo Mambo, J. Jerome. Okay, let me see where that... What is it? Rosie McHarg's Ragtimers, playing Till We Meet Again. Feeling Good, John Thomas. Hold Me Tight, Johnny Nash. This was just on a Radio Retro countdown, I believe. Or it might have been flashback tracks, I don't remember which. Charlena by the Sevilles. Judging from the fact that this isn't Liberty, I would assume that's not related to David Seville. Do You Want to Dance? And Big Fat Woman. Oh, wonderful, from Bobby Freeman. Somebody put a big 33 sticker on that one. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. What Good Am I Without You, Marvin Gaye and Kim Weston. Snow Cone, Albert Collins, parts 1 and 2. So I would assume that's an instrumental. 110 Soldier and Live for Tomorrow, performed by a group called The Original Cast. It's not The Original Cast, I don't think. Coven recorded that song for the Billy Jack movies, so this is an earlier recording. Wheel of Fortune, Al Caiola. Peanuts and Happy Hippo by the Sunglows. It says La Caca Muata in parentheses. So, American lyrics to a traditional Mexican song? I don't know. Too Experienced, Eddie Lovette. Not if you're a Lovette. The Bad Dream, Sloppy Daniels. Sloppy? And I have never seen this Doto or Duto record label. Have you? I mean, look at that. Wrangle Wrangle and the Ballad of John Coulter from Fess Parker. Boney Maroney, and she's a very nice girl from the Duvals. And one of the rabbit hole ones. Mary sent this along. Warning, rabbit hole. Dawn and I tried to find out anything about these two people. It came up with nothing. It's signed by Jimmy Tate, though. Dawn thinks it might be a local artist and that they sold a copy of this song at their performance. Good luck. I think that's very likely. The artist is Lance Hill. The song is called Slick, but it was signed by Jimmy Tate. So I'm thinking perhaps Tate was the promoter or one of the band members, or the real name of Lance Hill. Who knows? That is round 2. Let me box these and move on to round 3. Round 3 arrived earlier this week. There's a lot more recent stuff in this batch. And a lot of great titles, too, including a couple of real gems that I didn't expect. Don't Pay the Ferryman, Chris de Burgh. Obscene Phone Caller, Rockwell. A promo of Get Off by Foxy from Dash Records. Love me promos, especially 80s and 70s. Like This Is Disco. Get Off is frequently on Saturday Night Disco Party. One of my favorite. Foxy. Foxy. Yeah, Foxy. This was the group led by Ishla Desma. If you don't know who Ishla Desma is, look him up. He's done countless other acts. He was the leader of OXO. He's done some solo stuff. He's produced a ton of other people. He is coming up on influencers eventually. Love the guy. Alison Moyet, Invisible, with a picture sleeve. The Popular Five, and Shaboom, and Tomorrow Night. Round and Round by Sugarloaf. I did not realize Brute. Is this Brute the cologne with this label? It looks similar. Sugarloaf, of course, had a big hit with Don't Call Us, We'll Call You. And weren't they the band that did Green Eyed Lady also? Herbie Hancock, Sun Touch. And that is from Manchild. I don't know when that album came out. This rare demo disc of the Edwards. Is that what that said? The Edwards generation? The Edwards Generation's rare promo disc 70s. That was what the original collector wrote on the sleeve. Someone Like You and School Is In. You can tell this is a test pressing. It's typed on to a generic recording studio label. I love finding stuff like that. That's going to be cool. Collard Greens, George Semper. Rock and Roly Poly Santa Claus by Lillian Bright. Many Things from Your Window by the Avalons. A Sunday Kind of Love by the Devotions. Has a thanks sticker on it from one of the promoters, because it's a promo, obviously. That other one did too. Island promo, Will Powers, Adventures in Success. I have been looking for decades for a Will Powers, what I believe to be a Will Powers song called Questionnaire. I am not sure if it's Will Powers or not. They used to run the video for that song during the interstitials before Nickelodeon started having commercials back in 82, 83. Loved that song. I'd love to find that out. And but I've tried to find it and I can't. Christmas in November and Daddy's Little Girl from Cousin Richie. Oh boy. Lord is no hippie. Really? By Jerry Sotka. Legon Peace of Mind. I'm sorry, Jerry Soika. Sorry, not Sotka. Ranger Records. I've never heard of it. Another vanity pressing, they think. This one is from a group called... Oh, it doesn't even have that. Ogilvy Enterprises. Which appears to be the artist. If unable to play on air nor convert to cartridge, will send copy to your broadcast service at their request. Dave Ogilvy, ASCAP. And it is... Song titles are Stillwater and Only One Love. I'm completely unfamiliar with that. Elvin Bishop spends some time. Bossa Nova Noel, Al Caiola, and Riz Ortolani. When You Wake Up Tomorrow, Candy Staton. I hate Solar Records. Second Time Around, Shalimar. Their labels suck because they have black on dark purple. Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, That Holiday Feeling, and Happy Holiday, Columbia promo. One of the gems. This is a promo. Sweet, Sweet Smile, Carpenters. As big of a Carpenters fan as I am, this is the first promo I've ever had of them. And thank you, Dawn. King for a Day, the Thompson Twins, with a picture sleeve. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, Elmo and Patsy, with jukebox labels and a picture sleeve. Do You Want Crying? Katrina and the Waves, with a picture sleeve. Atlantic Oldies Series, Radioactive and All the King's Horses from The Firm. WKRP in Cincinnati, Steve Carlisle. Promised You a Miracle, Simple Minds. All Night Television by somebody called 3D. This is a promo, 1980. I don't know them. Another gem, the original single release of Cruel to Be Kind from Nick Lowe from the UK. And it's in pristine shape. I looked at it when I was going through this. I love that song. Catfish, The Four Tops. Just Can't Say Hello, Double Exposure. Wipeout, Fat Boys and the Beach Boys. Picture sleeve. You Keep Me Hanging On, Kim Wilde. Picture sleeve. Frankenstein, Edgar Winter Group, which I don't think I've ever had on single. I have it on CD. I have it on digital. I probably have it on a Greatest Hits album somewhere. One of those KTEL albums. But I don't think I've ever had the single. Tear the Roof Off the Sucker, Parliament. And rounding out round 3, a red vinyl. Glorious red vinyl. This is I'm Getting Sentimental Over You, the incredible piano of Ben Light. And it appears to be on Tempo Custom Made Records. So this may very also be a vanity press from 1950. All right, folks, we're in the home stretch. One more round to go. And this is a smaller, slightly smaller. So hopefully it won't take me that long to go through. My Goomba Lanza. Oh my gosh. Phil Brito. Yike! Cast Your Fate to the Wind, the Sounds Orchestra. The Fly, Ray Garnett. I'm assuming that's some kind of a dance number. I don't think they had music in the movie. Manhattan Spiritual, Reg Owen and his orchestra. Kathleen's Theme, Les McCann at the piano. Share Your Love With Me, Gary Davis and the Diplomats. Hideaway, the Four Esquires. Silver Bells, Bing Crosby and Carol Brothers? Is that her name? Carol Richards. I believe that's the one they do in whichever movie that is. This is also an EP, and this is one of those sound-alikes, I believe. Oh, no, this is Trenny Lopez sings his greatest hits, presented for Fresca by your local Coca-Cola bottler. America, America, Kansas City, If I Had a Hammer, and the Blizzard song, which was the Fresca commercial music, I believe. Great multiple track set from Andy Williams. This includes A Taste of Honey, Quiet Nights of Quiet Stars, Holly, You Know Where Everything Is Noel, or Everything Is Noel, and May Each Day. Columbia Special Products. So it was probably a giveaway with something. Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's the Colonel right there on the back. And there's the record. So that's cool. Mary sent me this just because she thought it was cool. She couldn't find the record. It's like a music to shave by. She found the record, obviously. It's a flexi disc on cardboard. Very cool. And When I Die, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Marianne, Terry Gilkison. I'll Be Home, Vicky Carr. Columbia Promotion, Devotion, from Otto Cezanne, his orchestra and chorus, vocal by Bob Holland. I would think that might be a movie song. Another special 33 disc from Columbia and Andy Williams. This is a more traditional stuff. Coin operator release. So this is something that was in a jukebox. The Shadow of Your Smile. Try to Remember Yesterday. Michelle, A Taste of Honey, and Somewhere. God, did everybody have to record The Shadow of Your Smile? I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan. I never liked that song as a kid, all the way through now. As I've said, it's one of those songs that I would throw in the sun. Every copy I could find. 1 O'Clock Jump. I'm going to Move to the Outskirts. Uptown. Queer Street and The King. All from Count Basie and his orchestra. This also feels... This is just the cover, again, which Mary knows I love those too. From Johnny Mathis, this is a sampler, Johnny's Mood. Move In a Little Closer, The Victorians. David Seville and his Chipmunks, Alvin's Orchestra. I don't think I've ever heard this. And it's very cool that it's a picture sleeve. Ragtime Cowboy Joe, I think that's another. Yeah, David Seville and the Chipmunks. Alvin's Harmonica. David Seville and the Chipmunks. And, of course, the Chipmunk song. Quiet Village. Oh, wow. On single. Quiet Village, Martin Denny. I love, this is one of my favorite lounge songs. I love that song. I love the Ritchie Family's disco version, too. We use it on Disco Party. Witch Doctor, David Seville. Pre-Chipmunks by a few months. Baghdad Express and Starlight Starbright, the music of David Seville. So this is solo. Gold on Red, that's wonderful. Armin's Theme and Carousel in Rome, again, the music of David Seville. The Trouble with Harry by Alfie and Harry and a Little Beauty. And rounding out this whole batch, Bobby Helms' classic Jingle Bell Rock. Oh, Mary, you outdid yourself, and I know there's more coming because you warned me about it. I believe she estimated she still has 12 more packages, and that doesn't include some LPs Dawn is apparently winging my way. So, there'll be plenty more of these out-of-the-box specials. I will put them up in place of the Kirkham Report for the most of the next few weeks as they come in, because I'm not ready to start that yet. I'm toying with a few new ideas. Hopefully the regular stuff will be up as we go through the regular week. I'm trying to keep the countdown shows up and the long form shows up. That's about it right now. Not doing Label Nova, influencers, Vinyl Recall. Those are going to come back in January probably. I have tons of stuff prepped for them. I'm just not doing them. I don't have the time. I've got Obscuria, Monday through Friday at 11. Regional Obscuria, Monday and Friday at 1. We have Radio Retro Flashback, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1. So little radio clips. And, of course, the countdown shows, which are Radio Retro Countdown, Sunday at 4, Classic Charts Countdown, Monday at 4, and the Flashback Tracks #1s show, Thursdays at 4. I'm hoping to get the Pop Trivia show back up and running. I'm just trying to toy with an easier format. The long form shows are going to be added to eventually. I did promise Tuesday night at the movies. That's coming hopefully this month. We'll see. Plus Holiday Hootenanny will be coming for a second year in December. And the regular shows, Celestial Journeys, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. It's designed for your afternoon chill out. And then the weekend shows. Friday Night Hair Salon, Fridays at 9. Saturday Night Disco Party, Saturdays at 11. And Sunday Night AM 70s, Sunday at 8. AM 70s has been off and on the last few weeks. I think I'm going to do another special. I have not had time. I felt like crap the last 2 weeks. I've not had time to finish all the new stuff I'm trying to work on to upgrade AM 70s. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll get one up this week. I'm not sure. In any case, I hope that you'll continue to enjoy what I have to offer. If you haven't subscribed already, please do it. If you have, thank you. Don't forget, you can always pick up some TKR merch for all your favorite shows in the swag shop down below in the notes. And don't forget to join our Patreon or leave me sweet tea money in the Ko-fi box. We can always use it. Until next time, whenever that may be, I'm TC Kirkham, TKR Video Central, and the Kirkham Report, wishing you all a wonderful Thanksgiving coming up, a wonderful holiday season, if I don't see you before, but because I will, and a wonderful week on the interwebs. Ciao, baby.